Hey everybody, I have the pleasure of speaking with Natasha Smith and Natia Lil Mama. What did I say?
It's just Natasha.
Did I say Natasha? Shut up. No, I didn't.
Yes, you
Anthony,
did.
start that again.
Okay.
Did I say Natasha?
Yeah, he said.
This is take two. We are in the studio live with Tasha Smith
Okay, wait.
and
You don't know my
Natia.
name.
No, I know it. I know it. And Natia Lil Mama Kirtland. When Love Kills, we're talking about it right here. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's iTalk Movies.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to iTalk Movies, where we are talking about TV One's When Love Kills, the Falicia Blakely story. I am here with two very beautiful and talented and funny women who I all of a sudden just got nervous about because we're about to have a good time. I know her name is Tasha Smith.
Yes, okay.
And Miss Natia Lil Mama Kirkland. How are y'all doing?
Amazing. Having fun here with you.
Thank you so much. I'm having fun here with you all too.
Thank you.
Now let's talk about this movie. I had the pleasure of attending a screening of it the other day. So LA, I loved it.
How did you feel? Well, how did the movie make you feel?
Okay. I was with it and I was like, this is a very interesting and compelling story because when I heard about it, I looked up Falicia and I was very intrigued by her story. So then to watch the movie and have a visual to it, I was in it. But then when a headbutt happened, I was ready to fight. I was like, throw it back in a ponytail, get the earrings out, Vaseline.
Right.
In it. It was, you did such an amazing job portraying Falicia.
Thank you.
You were in it. You sold it. I was there with you. I wanted to be your friend. I wanted to go through the screen and protect you. And Tasha, you making your directorial debut told the story in no way that no one else could. And I appreciate both of y'all for that.
Thank you.
It was amazing to have the opportunity to sit there and watch it with other people. We were all feeling the same thing.
Wow.
When things happened, we were all like, ooh, like we were all mad. We were like, listen, if that was my best friend, we was about to mess some stuff up in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm glad.
I think that was the most nervous time I had that I felt at the premiere in LA. Like we screened the movie several times, like 4 or 5 times, right? But for some reason, LA made me so nervous.
Why?
Because
LA is not a tough crowd.
You know what it is? It's the crowd of your peers, like
Yes.
all of your peers, your colleagues, other artists, and you know they're looking at it from a different eye. So, you know, we could probably fool the people in Minnesota, okay? You know, in the ATL, like in DC, like we can fool them and be like, yeah, it's a good movie, right? You know, but when you get to LA, and you're around all of these other filmmakers and actors and producers and writers and all that, you get nervous.
Yeah, but that was another great thing for me to see. Were you, the people that came to support you, and not like on some Hollywood stuff where like they came, did the premiere, shook some hands and left, but they like sat and wrote it out with y'all and like wrote it out with us. And that's what I love seeing too. And all the accolades that you all received after the film, like everybody went up to let you guys know that you did an amazing job with this. So that's what I also saw and what I enjoyed seeing as well.
It was great because it's funny because a lot of our friends were there, right?
Absolutely.
And people know me as Dada, you know what I mean? I'm like everybody's friend,
Absolutely.
sister, you know, home girl, you know what I mean? And
The crazy friend.
you know, and I don't know, it was fun for me to be able to show that part of myself.
Your best friend
Yes.
came.
Yes,
We had some
Tisha.
producer friends.
Yes.
Tisha
Yeah.
Campbell, Martin came to
Yes.
support her. She's been an influential woman in my life
Yes.
and in my career, and she's been Tasha's best friend for about 20
Yes,
years.
over
Yes.
that.
Over
Actually,
20 years,
30 years.
they really go hard. They're friends.
And trust me, in LA, that's hard to come by.
It
So
is,
when
it
you
really
get that good girlfriend, you hold on to
Honey,
her.
and I'm holding on to that one. Let me
Hold
tell
on
you
to her
something. She
tight.
ain't gonna go nowhere. I remember one time she got mad at me, right? And because I did mess up, okay? And mind you, Tisha hadn't gotten mad at me in like 15 years, okay? And so she got mad at me and I was terrified. I must have went to her house, crawled on my hands and knees and fell
Begging
at
and
her
pleading.
feet. I was like, please forgive me. I said, you're going to have to forgive me because I'm not going nowhere. Like, you're going to have to forgive me. Like, I messed up. I'm sorry. I will lay at your front door every day. I will get a tent in your driveway, honey.
You camping out.
All right,
You
I'm
ain't going nowhere. We gonna talk
camping
about
out, baby.
this.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, one of the things that with the film that I found interesting was that you only had 12 days to get
shoot.
this whole film together, and making your directing debut for you. How much pressure was that for you, and how much did you prepare for this moment?
Well, one thing I'll say is this: passion will push past any pressure that's placed in front of you. Like the passion I feel that I had and the hunger to make the movie and to do a great job really didn't make those 12 days look like nothing to me, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it was hard,
Yeah.
but I just had such a goal and such a focus to make a good piece of art. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yes.
So I just was determined to do the best that I could.
Yeah.
And I prepped as much as I could. I mean, before I flew into Atlanta, I was prepping. When I got to Atlanta, I got a chance to prep with my DP. And this isn't a lot of prep time. It's not a lot of prep time. I mean, we had I probably had about 5 days there to prep for a feature,
Yeah,
right?
that's crazy.
But my DP and I only had 3 days together. But we took advantage of those 3 days. We
Yeah.
were together for 3 days, about 16, 17 hours a day.
Ooh.
We got the conference room in the hotel, and we literally went in that hotel room, in that conference room from 8, 9 in the morning and wouldn't walk out until midnight. And we would just eat, bring all our food, and we stayed in that room. We would just go outside for a second to get some air.
Yeah.
And we broke that script down.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And we just did the best we could.
And it turned out amazing. So hard work
Thank
does
you.
definitely pay off. Now, for you, preparing for this role, and coming off of portraying another very popular person, Miss Lisa Left Eye Lopez, how did you prepare to now take on the role of Falicia?
Taking on the role of Lisa Left Eye Lopez in the TLC story, and taking on the role of Falicia Blakely in When Love Kills was two total different experiences.
For sure.
I remember at one point I was trying to get in touch with Lisa's family, and I would try to call the sister and whoever is around, the mom and things like that, and then I was on my computer and I was searching some of her pictures, and this was just still shots, and then this meme popped up of her saying, "Just believe in yourself, the rest is up to me," and it kept repeating, "Believe in yourself, the rest is up to me and you," and I had to dig deep down inside of myself and find the essence of who Lisa was, and go off of the material that was out there from her shows, her interviews, and find her in myself. And I was fortunate enough to, because I didn't have her, the person, because she passed on,
Right.
to have her her interviews, which showed how she was a philosopher, how she looked at life, her
Right.
perspective, to look at her documentaries, and just how she interacted with the group, the place, the position that she played, her mannerisms when she performed. To whereas playing Falicia, it was total opposites.
Yeah.
All I had was stills of her being incarcerated or going to her on her trial.
Yeah.
A story that was written of a night or so before she actually was captured and taken in. So what I had as an actor was the script.
Yes.
Cass Siggers wrote a phenomenal script. There was a phenomenal director put in place in Tasha Smith, who is an actor and an acting coach.
Yeah.
And I had the pleasure of working with some really, really amazing co-stars as well.
Yeah.
I think that Lance Gross protected me. You know, we had amazing chemistry, which made it easier for me to be vulnerable.
Right.
So we had great chemistry, but outside of that, as an actor and as a friend, he protected me on and off set. And I feel like Tasha Smith and Tammy Roman did the same thing for me. And outside of that was Tiffany Black, who played my best friend. I feel like these were the 4 people that I seen the most on
Right.
set. Tasha, Tammy, Lance, and Tiffany, and all 4 people that I had to work with constantly gave me the strength to pull through, because I had to work every day on set, and I had to carry a film.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was blessed to
Yeah.
have an amazing cast and a director, for sure.
Speaking of the other cast members, you mentioned Tammy and Lance. For you two, what was it? You've already mentioned how it was working with Tammy and Lance, but for you, Tasha, how was it working with Tammy? Because we've seen Tammy mostly in like the reality format, and we know that she's done some acting. And Lance always plays like the good guy. Now here he is playing like this villain. So how was it for you directing them and working with them?
Well, thank God I've worked with them before, because I
Yes.
was their acting coach, so I
Yes.
knew what they could do. I worked with Lance for several years, and when you're in an acting class every week for several years, right, putting up all kinds of scenes, doing all kinds of instrumental exercises, you really get to know the talent you're working with. So I knew what he could do. I've seen him do things no one else has ever seen him do before, you know, and the same with Tammy. I had a great time working with all of them, like Lance, Mama, Tammy. Honestly, everybody was a joy to work with. Everyone came with so much passion and so much willingness to be open and to be transparent and to be, you know, just available to just communicate to the depths of their soul. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
It was a great experience. Like, I pray I am blessed enough to have that kind of experience again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And work with amazing people like that you enjoy watching on that monitor. Because I think the worst thing as a director is that you are watching that movie more than anybody, because you're shooting the movie, you're editing the movie, you know, and it's like you have to look at it 1,000 times.
Yes.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't want to direct something with someone I don't like. I see
you
why
don't wanna watch.
directors
Yeah.
are so picky about what actors they're going to work with. Like, I understand that. Like, being an actor, and there's some jobs I didn't get, I'd be like, oh, I wanted that job so bad. You know what I mean? But you got to trust the director's choice, because if a director does not pick me, I get it. I want them to have who they want, because they have to enjoy it, and they have to be the ones that needs to be creatively inspired by the people that they're working with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to
Exactly.
be inspired. Like, when you're looking at that monitor and you see an actor creating and working and just really working, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It inspires you creatively as a director.
Yes.
The worst thing is to be working with an actor that gives you no inspiration.
Right.
At all.
Yeah, because I mean, definitely.
That's
like you
like
said,
awful.
Yeah, no, you definitely want to continue to be inspired by your cast, because if not, then the 1,000 times
I
you
mean,
got to watch that
honestly,
film, you're gonna be like, no, that's okay.
Like,
I'm gonna take the day
serious. Like,
off.
and I mean, and it could be gruesome. That's
Yeah.
why I give my hats off to directors, man, because they are amazing. Like, the work ethic and the level of work directors have to go through in order to make a movie happen. I have so much more respect for the process now, even as an actor. Like, I probably won't ever, like, I understand why I didn't get certain jobs
Yeah.
now. You know
Right.
what I mean? I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I'm trying to understand why sometimes I don't get certain jobs, but I'm just gonna maybe feel like maybe I didn't inspire them enough. So I'm
No, seriously.
That's going to be my goal now, to inspire them.
To inspire
more.
them. I mean, I feel like the next time I get a job or I have an audition or something, I feel like I want to work hard. I don't ever want to not give as much as I know I have to give.
Right.
Like, I want to give the director something great to work with.
Now, one person that I was pleasantly surprised to see, but surprised, was Floyd Mayweather.
Come on now.
Now, he killed it as Punch. Like, I was like, okay, I can see you as that dude in the club, like, just, making it rain. And, like,
well, it's not hard for you to see Floyd being the guy in the club making it rain, is it?
True.
Okay, I was
but sometimes it's different
but he
when
had
you gotta,
character,
like, be
he had
in
to
it. Yeah.
And not only that, but like even that scene in the bedroom, I mean, Floyd was funny, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he had lines. It wasn't like it was easy. It's not easy to act.
Yeah, he didn't freestyle. That
you
was
know what I'm
definitely-
saying? Like, it's a blessing that he could play something close to himself. But guess what? I did too when I got my first big job.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay? I did. I mean, thank God it was close to me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That, to me, that's how you do it, really.
Yeah.
I mean, in the beginning,
It
anyway.
makes it easier for you to grow. Because
Right.
you
Yeah.
go in and the challenge is not so much as playing someone else, but the challenge is stepping out there, being great, sticking to the script, and just bringing it.
Hello.
And then you start going into the different characters.
Right.
If you just jump out the window, you might just like, and it's okay to fall flat on your face, but who wants to?
Right.
Yeah, no one's trying to do that.
But yeah, Floyd did an amazing job. He was another
He
person
killed
that
it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it. And just how,
look my ass.
Were you in
When he
the
say
theater-
look my ass, it's so funny.
Were you in there when that scene came on with Floyd? Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it funny to you?
It was
Did
because
people laugh?
because
Like when they were running out and
Yeah.
she was like,
because it's that moment of like, ooh, they about to get it,
Right.
like Pumpkin over there, like easing and like tipping out and stuff, and you was just like,
Right,
like
right.
you was that,
When she
you was
did
like,
that,
listen,
wasn't
we
that
got-
funny when
it
she
was
did that?
like she like it's almost like she wasn't asleep. It's almost like you just got your hair done and you was sleeping like this, and then you just woke up, you was like,
right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Why is it that for me directing that, I think I had the most fun? Do you remember how I kept laughing? And when y'all ran out that door with the guns?
No, that's funny.
And shooting it out,
Yeah.
I was like,
That scene is hilarious.
I
Actually,
mean,
people
y'all
love that
made
scene.
me laugh.
Every
Yeah.
city we went to.
Yeah.
oh my
She was like-
God.
I was like,
And the best was
That
the
was so
look
funny to me.
when it cut to Floyd in the bed and he kind of moved around and then it cut to you and you was like, and we were all like that too. We was like, ooh. We was like, be quiet. Okay, go.
so did people laugh?
They
when
did.
They, saw those
They
parts?
did. Yeah.
That
it
was
was killer.
funny.
Yeah.
I laughed so hard looking at that.
No,
when I
Tasha
was
was on
shooting
the floor.
that. I swear, I mean, I would be like, cut. And I would be screaming. And I wanted to do it again and again.
No, it was really it really was so good. And
Yeah.
Floyd, what I love about Floyd is that he really supports his community.
Yes.
He really supports his friends. When
Yes.
Tasha called him and asked him to be a part of it, well, rather he called her because he was seeking an acting coach in Tasha and asked to work with her, but she wasn't here in LA. She said
Yeah.
she was tell a story, Tasha.
Basically, I was in Atlanta filming, and he was like, I'll come to Atlanta. I was like, okay, right? And so after reading the script and going through all the characters I still had to cast, I was like, oh, we haven't found this character yet.
Yeah.
Ooh, Floyd would be amazing. He would be amazing. And so I called him back, and I think I may have called his assistant first and was like, do you think that, his masseuse. I was like, do you think
You
he
was
would
gonna
do
find
this?
him
No,
some
she
way.
already had him.
I was like, yeah, but I wasn't sure if he would say yes,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to, try to. I just
Impose
asked
on him,
someone
so
else
that's why
she
first,
asked, yeah.
and they
Yeah.
were like, yeah, let's see, and then boom, it ended up working
happened.
out. But
Well, that
and he
was
came
amazing.
through.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
he did. He came
Yeah,
all the
he
way
was-
through.
He was very
And that was
open.
all his
Yeah.
money in that scene.
All
Yeah.
his money and very open. He was open as an actor. He took
Yeah.
direction from Tasha, very respectful.
Yeah.
And as you know, he didn't have to do it because it's not like he needed the money.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's about community. It's about supporting friends.
Yeah.
And it's about growing in
Yeah.
any field that you want to explore, growing. And he took a small part and allowed Tasha to direct him. And I'm proud of Floyd for that.
I am too. I love Floyd.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited about this fight for him to kick that
Some
boy's.
Get it.
Get it,
We
Floyd.
well, I'm gonna give up one of my prayer requests for him and hope that he
In
like,
Jesus'
he
name.
gets it.
Should we just
Yeah.
touch and agree
Amen.
right now in the name of
Let's go ahead,
Jesus?
touch in the name of Jesus.
Okay,
we
Lord
pray.
God, just
Come on,
bless our
Floyd.
Floyd Mayweather
Yeah.
in Jesus' name. Yes, Lord.
Amen.
Give him
Come
all
on,
the
Floyd.
strength and strategy that
Yes.
he needs. We love you, Floyd.
We love you, Floyd. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, Floyd, if you don't win, that prayer was it'll be for something
No,
else.
50 and 0, baby.
No, he gonna win.
Yes,
He's
he
gonna
gonna win. He
Okay.
gonna win.
Now, for you, Tasha, being an actress and an acting coach and now director, did you think that was a great parlay into your directing debut? Because some people look at actresses and acting coaches and think like, ooh, you may be a little too picky as a director. But how did you feel adding all of that into your
I
directing?
think I might be a little too picky sometimes. Like
Just
sometimes
in general.
I think because of me being a teacher and an actor, I could probably be so specific,
Yeah.
but you saw Little Mama's performance, right? You saw Lance's
Yeah,
performance, right?
yeah.
You
Brought
saw
out the best in us. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I
literally.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, I might kind of, want
Come on stage and be like, do y'all want to show up boring? I mean,
No,
I'm
wait,
falling
no,
asleep.
no. Wait. First of all, Mama and Lance are my friends, right?
Yes.
And so it's a good vibe when you're friends with the people you're working with, because then you can be honest and you
for
can
real.
play
Yes,
around
and be yourself.
But I used to feel like, I don't know if they were really doing it, but I used to feel like they would be talking about me.
Like you sitting up here doing
Behind
notes
my
and you
back,
like,
right?
what y'all
I was
talking
like,
about?
Like if I come to give them a note, I would feel like they would be over in the corner talking about me. I think as a director, you're insecure and you think everybody is talking about
from
you.
the grip
but
to the
really
lighting,
behind
everybody.
your back.
Right. But really what was really happening was we was internalizing what Tasha was telling us, because we didn't want to come off corny, and we understand that we're doing the work, saying the lines and giving it the feeling that we think that it deserves and needs in that moment.
Yeah.
But she's watching
But
it
I'm thinking
on
they
the
talking
screen.
about me, and I'm like,
She's like,
they're over there sitting there talking about how they don't want to listen to what I say.
right. And then she
how
goes,
they-
well, if y'all want it to be corny, then let's go.
Right.
Action.
Right.
We
So
like,
wait,
oh,
let me show you what I
Tasha's
did to
crazy.
them. Because no, that one scene,
Yeah, I
they
know.
were kind of fighting me on it a little bit,
bit.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I said, and so I got a little frustrated, right?
You should.
I said, oh, okay. Well, since y'all want to talk and y'all want to chit chat with each other, y'all want to chit chat. Since y'all want to chit chat, I said, you know what? Direct each other. How about that? I won't be saying nothing else to y'all for the rest of this movie.
Oh, no.
Listen, I said, I showed off. I was like, I said, I know this is for TV One and we love TV One, but I'm not making a TV movie. But since y'all want to act like you little TV actors and go right ahead and do what you want to do, I'm making a feature, damn it. I'm making a real movie. But y'all want to stay in this little box and do little TV stuff. Well, you go right ahead and be a little TV actors then.
What I feel like that lasted all of about 2 seconds before you was like, no, y'all gonna listen at me.
No.
No,
What
no,
happened?
she
They
walked
was like,
away.
no. Her and Lance was like, no. Wait. Come back. No, we listening.
We listening. I'm listening.
Now there were some very we're having such a good kiki, and I hate to kind of bring it down a little, but there were some very difficult scenes in this movie because Falicia, of course, lived a very difficult life.
Right.
How was it for you all to stay in it and direct these scenes and be in these scenes and like just really make sure that you stayed true to that moment?
Oh, yes. I think that you answered it in asking it. It's about staying true to the moment and allowing myself as an actor to tell the story of the women that I know that were in domestic violence situations. Like my mom suffered domestic violence. I have a very close cousin to me that when we were like 15, she was in a domestic violence relationship. Aunts, family, so we have family, close friends, and even Tasha had to pull me to the side to talk to me about some things to understand how serious it was and who I'm representing in this film.
And I wouldn't let her. I wouldn't film anything that wasn't honest.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Mama is so she has a great instrument to deal with because when you're in the moment, and she's great at really, really living in the moment, and you give her some direction and you're talking it through, and she's almost like a faucet. When she gets it and you turn on that when that light goes, it's like you better start rolling that camera.
Yeah.
Right, like immediately, because that's when it just all comes out. And for me, I mean, and I thank God that she trusted me too. I wouldn't let it go if it wasn't solid. And she is so open and so honest. Like whatever she has to do to get there, like she's gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she's just like it's only where it's like turning the light on. Like the second you give her that one thing, that's that revelation that just opens up the gates of understanding. She's just, you saw those scenes. Like she's amazing.
Yeah, you are.
Thank you, Tasha.
Yeah, and you it's always important as an audience to feel something. And I think we all definitely felt for Falicia. And
so
you
did she.
that. Yeah.
You know what's so deep? Because this is what I always say to actors, right? If you're not affected, how are we going to be affected watching you? Like
Exactly.
if you're not feeling nothing,
that's
how
right.
we gonna feel something?
Yeah.
So if you gotta feel something, you have to leave part of your soul here in order for us to really want to be involved.
Yeah.
And that's what she did.
Like I mean, I felt so much for Falicia. I heard she has an Instagram while she's in jail, and I'm like, I just want to DM her and be like, listen, you got a friend, because like
We
I
just
know
learned
that
that too.
it's
Tasha
hard.
discovered that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, who was it? Lance actually
Discovered
was the
this-
one that sent, or Bruce. I think it was Bruce sent it to me, and it was Bruce Cole, my DP, and I sent it to Lance and Mama, and because I didn't even know she had that.
Right. I didn't know.
And then Lance had
The iPay.
he got that JPay.
The JPay,
I didn't even know what a JPay was.
Me either.
What is it?
I was like, it's
JPay
right,
is
right.
you could put money into someone's account that's incarcerated,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
you also
Send
can
an email.
email them
Got
and
it.
talk to them. And he was told that he wouldn't get a response till 48 hours, and he got a response the next morning, which
Yeah.
is the day that we had the premiere.
Yeah. That's
So,
amazing.
People was telling us a lot of things, and I think that Lance, going the extra mile to actually reach out after Tasha and Bruce shared that information with us. He really did something with that, because I feel like there was this barricade up, like where everybody was telling us, "Oh, you guys can't speak with her.
Yeah.
She can't have calls. She can't have this. She can't have visitors." And we felt the way because we really wanted to connect with her before shooting.
Yeah.
Because we wanted it to be as authentic as possible, and in making it that way, we just had to be as true to self as possible in telling the story of a young girl who's 16 years old when it all starts, and she becomes an exotic dancer, and then she meets this guy, and then it's a gateway to prostitution because he's a pimp, and then it goes into robbery and murder. That's a lot that happens in 3 years, which was at 19 she served a 3-count life sentence in prison, and she's still serving time now. This young woman is only 34 years old. So for us, it was important to tell the true story of mental manipulation, and even if you feel like you're in control, you're still a kid.
Yeah.
And if you're dating
Exactly.
someone 11 years your senior, like
It's funny because I heard some stories where some people were saying that, well, she knew what she did, and she knew what she was doing, and blah blah blah, and and I people probably have their opinion about us having so much empathy and compassion for her. Like my heart goes out to the families of the people that were murdered.
Mine's too.
For sure. Like
Oh yes.
my heart goes out to them. But my heart also goes out to Falicia, because she was so young at the time, and she was so
naive,
and honestly, she just listened to the wrong influence
and loved the person.
and then also emotionally, I don't know Falicia, but mentally and emotionally, like when you grow up troubled, like you don't know if there's any kind of mental issues there, and just you don't know what kind of mental health issues you could have in order to get that deep into that manipulation.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel, I don't think she is, a bad person, and I don't think she's, I think if she knew better and was really in her right mind, she wouldn't have done that. She wouldn't have done what she did. I believe she's extremely remorseful, of what she's done.
Yeah.
just from reading her letter that she sent to Lance, and
Yeah.
my heart goes out to her, honestly.
Me too. Me too. And yeah, it's just tough, and especially being that young and just not having that like that family and that those people to kind of warn you about things like that, and you're just kind of navigating the world through yourself. Sometimes you need that helping hand that's like, look, hey, you don't want to do this or think about this, you know.
Yeah.
So my heart goes out to her as well. Bless her heart.
Bless her heart.
Real quick, before we have to wrap things up, because I know y'all are busy.
You
and
know,
y'all got,
we
y'all
are
got
having a
things
good
to
time
do.
with you
I
guys.
know, I'm
You
having a
just
good time
woke
with
me
y'all.
up, actually.
I have that effect on people.
Yeah.
At least I like to think so. My
That's what
mom
he
takes
said.
all the credit.
Okay.
Your mom.
Yes. So real quick, aside from the film, you all have had amazing careers. For you, Lil Mama, what was it like working with MC Lyte? Because you being a singer, rapper, songwriter, now actress, and now working with one of the greats, what was that moment like for you?
Well, working with Light is a very interesting relationship because she teaches me way more about business than she does about music. And she's a very influential person in my life. Her serving as the president of the LA Grammys chapter, as the LA chapter for the Grammys, and her experience of working with different genres of music and also producing and, you know, being an entertainer who travels the world. That part is amazing because I get to learn about the business, but I think her as a person, her story, her growth, going from Brooklyn and coming into Hollywood and being such a poised young woman now after she's had such a rough background.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like Light was real rough when she was growing up. So for her to transcend into such a well-spoken woman who's very like delicate and like cool, I don't know. I feel like I can learn so much from her because we have so much in common. A lot of times people think Light is my mother. They're like, are you related to Light? Because I mean, their resemblance.
It's like,
But
let
no.
me go into
But
Ancestry.com and
but
figure
she's
out
really
some things.
she's really a powerful influence in my life. I
Yeah.
love working with Light, but I more so love her as a mentor in my life. I think she's
Yeah.
a great woman.
And for you, Tasha, now you've done a lot, which is a blessing in itself. But for me, there's one character that you play that always sticks out, and I'm sure this is the one that's very similar to you, is Angela. That's like the girlfriend
Angela
in my
goes
head.
off.
Right.
Like, she's that one that
She
like.
the girlfriend in my head.
So with you, Tasha, I just wanted to play a quick little game with you.
Okay.
Is what would Tasha do? Now there, I'm gonna give you some scenarios, and you have to tell me what you would do, because you're like that person in my head. So in case anything comes up, I'd be like, I know
That's what
exactly
Tasha
what
would
to
do.
do. Yeah. So the first one is, now we all live in a day and age of social media, and if you work in an office and you walk away from your desk and your Facebook is up, somebody's gonna leave a crazy post as your status. If you came back to your desk and realized a coworker was on your Facebook and posted something crazy, what would you do?
I don't know. I think giving them a good tongue lashing.
Where though? You can.
Honey, I would go off, okay?
On the job.
Everybody would know it, okay? Okay.
It's like sending in the email. Do not touch nothing
it
over
wouldn't be
here.
an email. It would be on a loudspeaker. Okay.
She would have a
Attention,
bullhorn.
everybody.
It'd be a bullhorn.
Attention!
It'd be a bullhorn, okay? Trust me.
I feel it already. I think I'll be that coworker that's over in my cubicle like, ooh, I told y'all not to do it. All right, so now I'm a Southern boy, so I like to eat. And when I go out to eat, there's always those 1 or 2 times where the waiter gets the food wrong. They bring out the plate, put it in front of you, and you like, what's this? I ain't order that. If that happened to you, what would Tasha do?
I ain't order that. I mean, I'm just going to send it back. And if they keep getting it wrong, then
Yeah.
I'm not going to tip them. And I'm going to send them a little note as to why they didn't get tipped. Or I might tell them. Because to me, if a waiter keeps getting your order wrong, it's because he is not listening.
Right.
I think that Tasha is a very patient.
You gotta do that check-in.
No,
You gotta
I
be
think that Tasha's. No, I didn't say you was always patient.
okay.
I think that Tasha's very patient when it comes to her food, and she always goes to good restaurants.
Yeah.
I don't know if you always get good waiters, but mostly
Right.
because the restaurants that she's a high class bitch.
Right.
She goes to really, really nice restaurants,
a little
mostly
bougie.
because not really so much so because she's bougie, but more so because she's a foodie.
I
She
am a
loves
foodie.
really good food.
I need to go eat with
so
you.
we
Yeah.
usually
No,
eat at
seriously.
when I go out to eat with Tasha, we go to really good restaurants. The waiters are always very patient. They hear you. They know the menu like the back of their hand.
Yes.
They're good at their job. So I think that she probably wouldn't tip them.
Yeah. But you know what's funny is that and she's so right though, because it's true, and I on purpose like keep it a little high class.
Yeah.
Right.
And I remember a certain time when I can't remember what restaurant it was, but it wasn't the kind of restaurants I like to go to.
Right.
And I was like, damn it, see, this is why I don't come to damn
There was that
restaurants like
reminder.
this.
That's why I don't come
Because
here.
see, y'all be playing.
Nobody
Y'all
got
be
time.
playing. Okay? So anyway, I
So-
mean that hasn't really happened to me. a
Yeah,
lot,
no, she
though.
goes to excellent restaurants.
Let me tell you, it's happened to me, and
See,
I'm just gonna leave it at that. Because listen, especially when I'm hungry,
Right.
and I know exactly what I want,
Right.
don't bring me the wrong thing.
Oh, God.
Because
And
that's
see-
a whole different Tony that you don't want to deal with.
Right. Oh, listen.
Then
I'll give
Braxton
you
will
an
come out.
example.
I'm fucking with you.
Like today, right? And see, I'm like, my whole thing is because I'm always trying to be healthy, right? And
Right.
our last day, like 10 days, have been crazy, just traveling and promoting
Oh,
this
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
And so I've been eating so bad. I just feel so fat because I've just lost my religion, like
Right.
when it comes to food, right?
Well, you look great.
Well,
by the
thank
way.
you, baby.
Amazing.
But I've been eating really bad.
Yes.
And my whole thing is, if it's gonna be calories, I need it to be good. Like,
Right.
you know, if I'm gonna get these extra calories, I need it to be good. So
Yeah.
today we stopped at this Thai food restaurant. Now, I had first looked up a Thai food restaurant that I thought was closer,
Yeah.
and I wasn't sure what it was like. But when I was on the phone with the lady, and I was like, "Hey, can I get some shrimp fried rice with brown rice?" And she was like, "We don't have brown rice." And I was like, "You ain't got no brown rice? Okay, we'll do the white rice. All right, can I get some shrimp Penang? We only have green curry." I was y'all
That
only
ain't
have
it.
green curry.
That's not the one.
Y'all ain't got
That's not the
no
one.
yellow curry. Y'all ain't got no red. I was like, okay, and I kept saying to Mama, I was like, Mama, I don't know if we should eat there.
No.
Because this place,
That's
I'm
strike
not-
two.
If you ain't got nothing but green curry.
Yeah. That ain't the business.
I was like, this is a Thai food restaurant. Like, what is going on? So we ended up calling, canceling.
Yeah.
And so there's a very fancy
Thai
restaurant, right, in LA on Larchmont.
Yeah.
It's been there forever. Love the food. I was like, let's go there. Ordered the food, go in. Mama was like, before I got out the car to get the food, she's like, can you make sure I get lime? Because I love lime on my rice. And I said, I got you, baby. I got you.
Lime.
So we
Right.
get inside the restaurant, and I'm like, okay, make sure I get a side of lime
Right.
with that because I need my girl to have her lime.
Right.
It's like, okay, before I walked in, I said, make sure you give me that lime, okay? I don't want her to not have that lime. Okay, no problem. Go to the car, but got the food came to the car. We looked, didn't see the lime.
The line.
Did I go off?
You went.
I was like, damn it, I told him to bring up the damn lime. I mean, the lime. I mean,
If that were me and I saw you walk back in, I would have just been like,
But
look at that line, look at that line.
wait.
There- oh,
I mean, I
somebody in
went
the back
off for 5 minutes.
Where's the
No, I did. For 5 minutes, I went off. I was like, Mama, is you okay, baby? I said, damn it, he didn't give you the damn lime. Why did he look at the lime?
now how was the rice with the lime? Was it good? Was it
Guess
all worth
what?
it?
He gave us the lime.
It was worth
So
it.
somebody in the back said, can you pass me that little
Container of
container?
rice.
I'm sure it's rice.
And
I
they had
opened
it in the back.
No, I
No.
opened the little container
and it was the lime. And so,
All
after
that.
I cussed
All that.
for 5
everybody
minutes.
All
out.
that.
Because when the guy came to the car with the bag, Sasha was like, okay, yes, and you got her lime. And he was like, yep.
Yep,
yep.
I sure do. And I was like, didn't I ask the man? Didn't I ask the man? Okay, but wait. And then I was like, ooh, I'm sorry for cussing you out. Okay. I mean, he wasn't there. We were by,
Yeah, we
but
were.
I was just like, damn.
It's the idea.
cussed him out. I went off on him and he gave us the lime.
did.
I was like,
Oh,
I'm sorry,
goodness.
Mr. Man from the Thai food restaurant. Anyway.
We're gonna send a little blessing out to him that
Yeah.
his day continues to go well and that limes don't haunt him at the end of the day.
Yes. Make
right.
sure you guys check out When Love Kills.
Yes.
On Monday night. That's this Monday.
This Monday.
August 28th.
August 28th.
And
Yes.
also we'll be
On
live.
TV1 at 9
y'all will be
p.m.
live
Eastern.
tweeting?
Yes, live tweeting.
Yes.
It'll be on all over the country at the same time. So
Yes.
that's 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yes.
No one will be left behind
No.
on Twitter as we live tweet.
That's right. Yes, y'all, make sure y'all check out this film. It is an amazing film, and I will tell you, no lie, you have got to watch this film. And before we go out, last question, what do you want people to take away from this film?
Some of the things I said earlier, I want them to have some empathy for people that make mistakes. You know, I want them to consider their choices. I want for parents to pay more attention to their kids and
Yes.
know that if they're not influencing them, someone else is,
Yes.
and you don't want them to be influenced in the wrong direction. I want for people to have compassion and empathy for Falicia. I wish she could get another chance at life, to be
Me
honest.
too.
Yeah.
I do too.
You know, I wish she could get another chance at life, but for all the Falicia Blakeleys out there, I see you, I love you, and I pray that, you know, that change comes in your life.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that, you know, mercy and grace over your life. And
Yes.
I pray that people enjoy it.
Well, I'm absolutely sure that they will. Thank you guys
Thank you so
much
much.
for coming in. And again, TV1 this Monday, August 28th, 8 p.m.
9
Central.
Central,
Central.
9
9
p.m.
p.m.
Eastern.
Eastern and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
And when you're live tweeting with them, make sure you use the hashtag #WhenLoveKills. I'm Tony Moore. This has been Tasha Smith and
Natia.
Lil Mama Kirkland.
Yes.
And thank you guys for joining us live, and we'll see you back here for another iTalk movie.
Yeah, and you're wonderful.
Yes,
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
I love this popcorn talk. It's
Thank
awesome.
you. I love it too.
I just wish we had some.
Right? Well, there's
From the Popcorn Talk Network and producers Maria Menounos. From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network. The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.